right, so thank y'all for joining me for the week 5 class meeting. I didn't think we were gonna get to five meetings for this module because it's only 20 days long, but we did. So today what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a look at what's coming up in module 158 and 151 both, because like y'all have heard me harping on, 158 is only 5 days long. So it's gonna come and go really quick. Like, it'll be done next Thursday. It ends next Thursday, a week from today. So that's gonna go by super fast. But as always, thank y'all so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Alright, so again, we're in week 5 and we're taking a look ahead this week. So we're going to do some quick announcements. We're going to talk about what's coming up in modules 158 and 151, and then we're just going to go over some questions and concerns if y'all have any. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Alright, so announcements. Graduation. They have not given us a link for graduation, but they have told us that we can check it out live on the Cajun Dome website, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you want to send out well wishes and whatnot, use hashtag UTAGrad2023. I'll definitely be tuning in. I actually talked to one of my graduates who finished last fall and is taking part in the ceremony tomorrow. And we cried because I'm not going to be there. And it just makes me sad because this is my first group of graduates and just a really spectacular group of folks. So I hate not being there. But c'est la vie. I'll be at the next one for sure. Alright, so career services mock interview. If you have not taken part in that, I suggest doing it in the next couple of weeks. Module 158 is the career development module. It's the end of our program, and that is the best time to get with career services and maybe submit a resume to them, get some help polishing things up. Go ahead and get your mock interview out of the way. Even for those of y'all that are at the beginning or the middle of your program, you can still take advantage of these services and just get the ball rolling early. There's nothing that says that you can't go to work in this field while you're in this program. If y'all need a job change right now, get with career services because they can help you out. And you don't have to be done with the program for them to help you out and to find a job in this industry. You really don't. So keep that in mind. And go ahead and get that knocked out. NCCT prep is continuing on Tuesdays at 2. Again, link and the videos are posted in eLearning. Now I am about a week or two behind on posting the latest videos, and I will try to get that done ASAP. But on the NCCT prep page is where you can find that. Again, module 158 starts Friday, which is tomorrow, and is only 5 days long, so it will end next Thursday. Quick like. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about what we're going to see in module 158. What are we going to cram into 5 days? Alright, again, this is our program. The medical billing and coding program runs from module 151 to 158. And as y'all know, y'all can jump in at any given time. But module 158 is supposed to be the last module of the program. So this is where we start looking at workplace standards, things like workers' rights, what you're going to read about. There's a poster that hangs up in every office, put out by the labor unions and things like that, the labor boards, and it states very clearly your rights as an employee under anybody that you're working for, and they legally have to follow those rules, guys. They cannot work us like horses. They cannot work us like dogs. There's labor standards. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. You're going to find out about OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, I think is the acronym. We're going to watch some videos on OSHA and some of their rules and what they do for the work industry. Again, this is career development, so career services department is going to be all in the mix. We're probably going to have a guest speaker from a guest speaker from career services next Thursday. Last year we did one big meeting with all of the medical billing and coding students and all of the career services representatives on the same day at the same time. I have not heard that discussed this go round. So if that's not a thing, I'm going to see if I can't get one of them to come in and talk to you guys. If you want to see the big powwow that we had last time, I have that Zoom recording on the Zoom meetings page in Module 158 already. It's there for you if you want to take a look at it. You're going to find out all about what they do for you guys. And they've been in our meetings more often lately for some reason. So y'all are already familiar with a few of them. So you'll see one of those ladies again. And again, the big thing about career development this 5 days is your resume. Literally, your final exam is submitting me a resume. Most of y'all already got that on lock. So use this 5 days to polish it up. Add the program that you're in right now. You're currently being trained on EHR, coding, medical office, administrative stuff. You can add all that to your resume at this time. I think the day one assignment is to write a cover letter for your resume. So that's your lab assignment for day one, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not a super hard module, guys. There's not a whole lot crammed in there, but it's a lot of really good information, and it can really kickstart you. We have our career service department last year had like an 80% placement rate. 80% of our graduates they found jobs for out in the industry. This is what you're here for, right? To get that better job. So let them help you out. Their services are worth a lot. They're invaluable. And that's pretty much 158 in a nutshell. Like I said, it's going to come and go pretty quick. But it is one of the easier modules to ace. It really is. Any questions on 158 or what we'll be looking at? No? All right. So module 151. And it is 16 days long. Not too much longer. Or it's a little bit shorter than the module we just went through, and y'all saw how that flew by. So module 151 is Intro to the Administrative Medical Assistant. And y'all may be thinking to yourself, what does that have to do with coding and billing? I'm not here to be an administrative medical assistant. But when you're going to work in a medical office, it's important to know a lot of the things that we're going to cover, or at least be comfortable with a lot of the things that we cover in these chapters. And it's like, I think it's like 7 chapters we go through in the medical office assistant book. Okay, we're going to get y'all familiar with medical terminology. A lot of y'all have went through the coding and were like, what am I reading? This is Greek. What is this stuff? So Intro to Medical Terminology is going to help y'all learn to break that down and recognize a lot of the basic stuff. Okay, we're also going to do some intro to anatomy, because it is so helpful in coding when you know what part of the body they're talking about, right? So we're going to do some basic stuff on that. There's going to be some worksheets that I'm going to put out in lab assignments for y'all for medical terminology practice and ways to break them down. There's also going to be a few anatomy worksheets that I'm going to throw in there too. Just those 2 things seem to me to be the things that overwhelm my students the most: medical terminology and anatomy, because none of us have been in medical school. None of us have been in medical school, and those are the things that are most intimidating, I find, to y'all. I have some students where they see the word cardiovascular and their brain shorts out. So we're gonna get y'all past that. It's also important to know when you're working in a medical office or the healthcare industry in general, what the laws are, what we're allowed to do, what we're not allowed to do. And I mean, we're not going to sit there and read through the laws, but we're going to make sure that y'all are aware of some of the big stuff, like biggest one being HIPAA, right? We've talked nonstop about HIPAA because it's huge. You'll see it again when we talk about healthcare laws. We're going to talk about ethics in the healthcare industry, ethics and morals, and why that plays a big part. Doctors, when they get their doctorate, they make a vow to do no harm. And working in the medical industry, I feel like we should also take part in that. We're there to help, not do harm. We're there to help the patients, and we're there to help the doctors do their jobs and get paid and keep it all rolling. So we're going to talk about ethics and morals and things like that and how they apply into the healthcare industry. And also, not everybody that finishes this program likes coding or billing. Some of y'all may want to work in the front of the office. So we're going to talk also a little bit about patient coaching and how to talk to patients when they're trying to fill out crazy forms or when they're trying to talk about insurance stuff. We're going to talk about that. We're going to go over some techniques and some helpful hints and stuff like that on patient coaching and how to talk to them, because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's really hard. I used to work, I ran the office for a neuropsychologist, and I ran the front office and the back office. And part of my job with the front office was she was a neuropsychologist. So she had patients that had Alzheimer's and dementia, and we were dealing with upset family members when we had to hand out that diagnosis. So sometimes you've got to really be sensitive to the people that you're dealing with and talking to. So that's something that we're going to look at some. And that's about it, guys. That's really about it. You really learn a lot about the front end operations of the medical office. And it's like I say, there's a lot of y'all that want to work from home straight out of this program, and there's some of y'all that can do that. I don't recommend you do that. I recommend you go and work in a medical office, make you some nurse and doctor friends, because they're good friends to have. They really are. And learn the flow. Learn how the patients flow. Learn how the money flows. Learn how the paperwork flows. The better understanding you have of how it all works and ties together, the more effective you're going to be at your job. And that's what we're here for. We want to not only get y'all hired, get you to that job, we want that job to be your career. We want you to stay there and be happy there and be a productive employee that makes the money, honey. Okay? Let's see. Any questions and concerns for me today?
Miss Brandy, have you gotten a list of graduates?
You want to know your
Well, I know you said that, the one that started in January, you want to be sure they were going to be.
I printed it out and brought it with me to this meeting.
Okay.
So let's see, Miss Courtney. September 20th is your projected finish date.
Thank you.
That'll be here before you know it.
And that means graduation?
That
means we will be a part of graduation?
You should be able to participate in October's graduation. I think it's scheduled for October 20th. But I'm not 100%
okay.
on that.
That word should is
should.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
word
100%
should.
on that. I don't know.
Because I'm just going to be real with you. A lot of people, they don't want to, they wouldn't join the program knowing they got to wait over a year to actually graduate, and when it's just a 9 or 10 month course. I mean, that's,
I know.
So
you're preaching to the choir, love. Preaching
okay.
to the choir. This is the instructors. Like I said, the instructors have gone to bat. We don't have any control over it. It's all handled by the director of education and the CEO and all those people, the board of directors.
They need to get with the program.
They do. I agree completely.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
I think it's a horrible situation. I hate it, But unfortunately, I have no control over it. But we are, don't think that we don't
I
pass
understand, Miss
concerns
Brandon.
on, because we do. Every staff meeting we have every Wednesday at 2 o'clock, we're in there talking about we need some changes on this graduation mess. So
Okay.
we are trying. We're the instructors
Okay.
are trying. I promise.
Okay.
But yeah. So September 20th would be your finish date. Anybody else want another finish date while we're here?
I'd like to mine.
Miss Jackie. All right, and Miss Shakita. Let's see. Yours is not on here yet, Miss Brown. It hasn't been updated yet. Let's see, Miss Jackie. Let's see. I want to say you should finish this summer sometimes. Nope, you September 20th also. You and Courtney must have started on the same day. I did have a chunk of y'all that's like 80 y'all that started on the same day. Anybody? Tia, you wanting to know yours?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Say.
You already called Caitlin out. She had birth too. And Tiana.
All right, Tia, you are August the 16th. You're going to be finishing up while your children are trying to go to school, girl. I'm sorry.
I'm ready, though. I'm so ready.
I know it. I know it. Let's see, Ryan. Yours might not be updated yet either. And we have had y'all. Right.
I think it'd be in December sometime.
Yours isn't updated either. And the reason why, usually these are updated within a week or two. Y'all hear me talk about Miss Franny, our registrar? Well, Miss Franny is about 7.5 months pregnant and got COVID. And she is now on bed rest for the remainder of her pregnancy and out. So we have a backup registrar coming in and helping us do everything while she's out. So that's why y'all's dates aren't in there yet. And we've got the registrar is the one that builds our courses in your e-learning site. So we have, y'all gotta think, there's 5 medical billing and coding instructors, and we each have 2 groups. So that's 2 classes that they have to build for each instructor, for each module. And with one of them being 5 days long, this next 2 weeks, getting 158 and 151 built and put in, and then getting y'all dropped in there, it is a lot of work on them. It is a lot of work. A job that I would never take on. Ever. All right. Who else wants to know? Anybody else want to finish date?
I saw Caitlin and Tiana.
All right.
Tiana?
Is it too early for me to find out?
Probably LaDavery. Probably.
Okay.
But I will check. All right. See. Tears 816. Sienna, yours is, I'm not going to say because I don't think it's correct. I'm going to send an email and try to find that out, Sienna, because I don't think what's on here is correct. Let's see, Miss Caitlin. Yours is not in there either, Caitlin. Peyton, I bet yours isn't in there either, but we will check. All of y'all pretty much started around the same time.
Yeah, I figured.
Mark it out. No, Peyton's is not in here. LaDavery's, yours not in here. Is Jenny on here today? No, no Jenny today. Jenny's also September 20th. All right, I do know that I've got four of y'all supposed to finish in May 17th. So that's exciting. That's exciting. Any other questions or concerns for today, guys?
Did you send out a progress report that we have to sign?
I have not sent that out yet. We just got the list today. But I will be sending them out next week.
Okay.
And also upcoming, just to let y'all know, I am going to be moving. I've taken vacation days from Wednesday, May the 17th through Tuesday, May the 23rd. I took a solid week off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. That does not mean that I'm going to be out of pocket. I am still going to be handling my own attendance every morning, and I am still going to be handling all of my student contact the same way. Just, if y'all need me during those 5 days, text me, because I'm not going to be checking emails. There might be a couple of days that I don't even have Wi-Fi. So text me during that time if y'all need me. I will still be available for y'all. I'm not going to hardly be in e-learning except to check your attendance and checking emails. It's not going to be a thing. I'm moving 4.5 hours away. I got a 26-foot truck to pack up by myself because my husband's working in Arkansas. So things are going to be a little bit nuts for me during that time, but I'll still be here for y'all.
Now, do we have an assignment for Memorial Day, or are we going to be off that day?
You should be off that day. You should be off that Monday and not have anything to do for that day.
I'm ready.
Good thinking ahead, though. Good thinking ahead. Yep. I'm pretty sure that we had Memorial Day off last year. I will make a official announcement about that closer to time. But yeah, I would go ahead and you can make whatever plans you want for that day.
I'll be in the hospital having a baby.
Girl, congratulations. Congratulations. I bet you're ready. If you're that close, you ready.
Oh, I've been ready. I've been ready. I've been pregnant for 2 years, so I'm ready. I had my little boy on the 6th of May, and now I'm due again for my little boy I'm ready. I'm done being
So
pregnant.
you figured out what causes that, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm done.
Very good. Very good. Well, congratulations. That's a blessing. Kids are awesome. Kids are awesome. Y'all, my 5-year-old right now, though, hell on wheels. I got a redheaded 5-year-old, and she treats me like a redheaded stepmama sometimes.
My neighbor's baby just learning how to walk.
God help her.
Just barely starting to take his hands off things, right?
God help her.
I told her she ain't ready for that chase.
Y'all, it was so easy when she was a newborn. They say that's the hard time. Not for me. That was the easy time. Now that she's got an opinion and attitude, you have her back.
That's what you get when you have a girl.
Sweetie.
That's what you asked for.
She's like 5 going on 52. It's a hot mess. A hot mess. And don't listen for nothing. She got into my highlighters. She broke into my office and got into my highlighters the other day. And y'all can't see it because I'm fairly professional from here up. But I have tattoos. I've got like 4 of them. And one of them's on my neck. And I got another big one right there on my chest. So she gets into my highlighters and comes to me. And she's got full sleeves, legs and arms.
What?
Full sleeves. Like, and I'm like, what is this? And she's like, ink. And she still got some of it on her because I couldn't get all of it off. She went to school with ink today. Gotta love kids, man. They're a lot of fun. And I fuss about mine a lot, and she's a handful, but I don't know what I'd do without that kid, man. I've never laughed so much in my life as since that child has been born. Anywho. All right, well, if y'all don't have nothing else for me, I'll let y'all go for the day and just be blessed and stay safe and healthy, y'all.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Have a good day.
Y'all too.